Order, please. This regular meeting of the Joshua Basin Water District Board of Directors for March 6, 2024 is now in session at 5:30, 17:30 hours. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. The flag is here. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Determination of a quorum, General Manager Johnston, a roll call, please.
President Sloan.
Present.
Director Fick.
Here.
Director Short.
Here.
Director Jarlsberg.
Here.
Vice President Doolittle.
Absent. Let's see. So we have a quorum and we'll have to do a roll call for all of them. Do we do that for this or just when they're on the TV?
Just when they're remote. I don't think we have anything that needs a roll call unless you deem it necessary.
You might. Think that over. Do we have any requests for or comments, electronic or otherwise from?
Approval of the agenda first. Would you do approval of the agenda first?
Yeah, I'm going out of order for some reason. I warned you about this. Okay, is there a motion to approve this evening's agenda?
So moved.
Second, please. Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Negatory. Public comment? This designated time is for members of the public to provide comments on any district-related matter, whether appearing on the agenda or not. Under provisions of the Brown Act, the board is prohibited from taking action on items not listed on the agenda. At the discretion of the board president, comments on a particular agendized item may be deferred until that item is heard. Do we have anybody for a public comment? I don't see anyone. Well, this is that part about, is there written, electronic or voice mail public comment?
None to my knowledge.
Thank you very much. Public comment time is now closed. Consent calendar. With the wind?
Yeah.
Consent calendar items are expected to be routine and non-controversial, to be acted upon by the board at one time without discussion. If a board member would like an item handled separately, it will be removed from the consent calendar for separate action. The two items on the consent calendar are the draft board minutes for February 21. And the second one would be the general manager contract amendment. Now, does anyone want to remove from the consent calendar for discussion? Hearing none. Is there a motion to approve the consent calendar?
A motion.
I'll second.
Very well. We have a motion. All those in favor say aye.
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 No opposed. Hearing none. Motion carried. Let's see, there will be. Item number 7 already, project list update. This item is for informational purposes only. Staff may provide updates to the board on any projects listed. Board members may ask questions and seek clarification on any projects listed. If board action is necessary on any project, it will be scheduled as a future agenda item. With that, General Manager Johnson.
All right, so we have our project list update, and based on some of the feedback we received at previous meetings, I did add a time frame at the end of the columns. It's for the fiscal year 23-24, and you can see if it's gray, that means it's scheduled to begin and be completed within the gray section. So you can see at the very top, the website redesign began in Q1 and ended in Q3. So there's, the 4 quarters in a fiscal year. So the first one being starting in July, second one starting in October, third one starting in January, and so on and so forth. So hopefully this will give you a little bit of clearer, you're welcome, idea of when these projects are going to start. And then there's a red asterisk in the fourth quarter in some of those. And what that means is that we plan to overlap those projects into the next fiscal year during the budgeting process. We had a couple of projects that have completed since the last time you saw the project list. And other than that, there's not a lot in here that's different. The hazard mitigation plan was submitted today. I'll talk a little bit more about that in my general manager's report. So that one's pretty much complete. You can find a mark complete on at least our side of it. Now we're just waiting to see the, not really yes, but the district side is done. Does anybody from staff have anything you would like to update on any of the projects? I'm happy to take any questions.
I'm missing a director. David, anything from you?
Nope. Not for me.
Director Jarlsberg?
Well, this is on the projects, right? Not on the hazard mitigation. Or is this includes the hazard mitigation?
Yes, so
No.
it's one of the lines within the
Yeah.
project list. It's the first one in yellow, the very first page, bottom row.
11.
Well, that one, we're trusting some of the outrageous typos have been fixed.
Well, I'm gonna talk about my general manager's report, but I guess I can talk about it now. I spent about 16 hours over the weekend fixing that document.
Oh,
And staff, including Lisa and Jeremiah and David, have taken time to, their time as well, to look at it. I feel like it's a better product than it was when you saw it last. I'm still not fully satisfied with it, but I think it is good enough to get through Cal OES and FEMA and get us what we need. It's still not my favorite, and I'm not satisfied with the product, but I think it will get us where we need to go.
That's,
It's better than it was.
that's why I said yes to it, because obviously, Vice President Doolittle was a bit upset at it, and I assume, let's see, I'm looking for the word, I assuaged her concerns saying that, yes, because we had a short
Timeframe.
short board. No, we had a short board too.
Oh, yes.
And if I voted in line with her, it would have been a stalemate. So, but I wanted to go forward, not have to spend money and all that. And so I was trusting that you and your crew would be able to fix some of those typos.
Not some, 683 to be exact.
goodness.
Okay, thank you.
I
That,
was not satisfied with it either, and I did agree with Director Doolittle on most of her comments about the product. So it was not my favorite, and I don't know what else to say. Lot of lessons learned, though.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's my end.
Thank you very much.
Hmm.
Director Jarlsberg?
Yeah, I really haven't had a chance to review this thoroughly, but I do see a question I'm curious about. Maintenance to the exterior of the building, including paint, signage and flood mitigate. I don't recall hearing about this at all. And when is it starting, or it says it's in progress, but I'm not sure.
This was approved, all of these all these projects in here are, you can see in 1, 2, 3, about halfway over where it says budget funded. If it says yes, that means it was approved and adopted in
Yeah.
the fiscal year budget.
Yeah.
So this is a project that's been in process, but we had it on hold for a little bit of time. Now we're getting ready to ramp up. We actually have some paint samples on the back of the building right now.
Oh, okay.
And we are, you can see the fascia of the building is getting really tattered. We're losing letters. We've had a hot glue back up on the front. And there's some other issues with the gutters. So the building is just ready for an exterior
Totally.
refresh. So
Yeah.
that's, it's in.
Well, I knew that something had been approved, but I didn't know the specific or how it's progressing,
Right.
you know, so.
Yeah,
Good,
we're
looking
making,
forward to
yeah,
it.
if you'd like after the meeting, if it's not too cold, we can go out there and you can look at some of the samples. They're just samples at this point, but
Oh,
we have some samples in the back.
Okay,
Director Short?
No, I got nothing.
Me neither.
looks good. Thank you.
We'll trust the general manager to prioritize all of these things and pay for them the appropriate amount at the appropriate time. Presentations, item number 8. Information only, no action will be taken. Public outreach report. Public outreach consultant Kathleen Radnich will provide a report on outreach activities.
Good evening and happy March. Winds. I'm going to run over the basic lineup of events coming down. I mentioned them at the last meeting. Some things have solidified. So I'll just run over them very quickly again. The native plant sale, of course, is the end of this month, March 24th, 1 to 3 p.m. I've personally gone and inspected the inventory, which was quite impressive. The plants are bigger and healthier for seedlings. I don't know what they did right, but it looks great. And I had 3 of them at the market, and in 30-mile-an-hour winds, they didn't break. So,
Oh,
I wondered about that.
okay.
yeah, no, we got back pretty okay. Of course, we were babying them and we were blocking them, but they're pretty healthy. And because we have a double inventory, I'm very optimistic about the success of this event this year. All the volunteers have been lined up, and the delivery of free mulch and compost is absolutely scheduled. That's going to be on Thursday morning. I will be here to intercept. The native plant, it's an overview class, is also scheduled for this month. It's on Tuesday, March 12th at 6 p.m. Zoom. It's not me. No. And it's a great generalist for people who have never gone down the road of native plants. It's a nice short class, unlike our May class that's very intense. And there, if you need to register or you know someone interested, they can go look at our March newsletter, and there's a QR code, and it's really easy to register. Right around the corner, Tuesday, April 2nd at 6 p.m. on Zoom is another timely class, and that is how to prepare your drip irrigation, which is the only way to water out here, and get it ready for summer. And there's some things to do and how to expand it should your garden be growing, which we hope. That's your intention for the landscaping in the first place. So this class, it's about an hour and a half. It's also on Zoom, and it talks about flushing and all the things you need to know to keep it optimal, working well. So again, that's April 2nd. And then farmers market foods this month, growing native and staying grounded. Those are our 2 options. So we have, like I said, some of the seedlings are there. We have flyers there announcing the sale. Once again, I want to thank President Sloan for helping batten down the hatches last Saturday. The conservation messaging campaign, the current one that we have going that started last year, every year, our year ends in June. Well, it's at what they call the 4th flight, and it's the same as last year this time. And should we get it, the message going into the warmer weather is conserve water like a tortoise, not a hare. Stay hydrated and carry water with you everywhere. That was love. Now, if we get blessed with another grant and all the partners are in on this, they wanted it, we will be upgrading all our messages for the next year or 2 again. So right now, that's where the messaging is for the water conservation campaign that is on grant. The district tours recap. Attendance on both tours were nearly full or at capacity. We missed you, Jean.
I missed you a lot.
I'm glad you're well. The weather cooperated, and I'm going to move on to the questionnaire responses of mention.
Yeah.
They did not include any staff feedback. And we did
Oh.
have staff considerably on this tour, but this is just public feedback. The questionnaires were not mandatory, and we averaged a return about 75% of the balance of the attendees. Unless anything came in anywhere, customer service, I don't know. They said they were going to drop them off, I'm sure. Anyway, of those returned, the average knowledge gained, one of the questions is about what percentage did you know or learn? So anyway, the average knowledge gained amongst all the responses, 40% was the lowest that someone claimed. They learned 40% more. And we had a lot of 100%. So the average came to 74%
Wow.
knowledge gained. That is kudos to your crew.
Mhm.
You're well-trained, well-rehearsed professional crew. They were awesome. And 99% felt the time length was 4 hours, it was 4+ hours, was just right. We had one person only, and that was because of a restroom break need. So otherwise, everyone was happy with the time frame. The attendees felt they learned the most about, out of 4 choices, and I'm going to do them in order. Coming in 4th was services provided by Joshua Basin Water District. So we're doing halfway good job getting that message out. 3, protection of water quality, the tests, et cetera, that came in 3rd that they learned. 2nd, compliance requirements, and the top answer for what they learned the most about was the infrastructure complexities.
Good.
So I think that's a gold star for all our efforts. When asked what attendees liked best about the tours, the comments were all over the place. It seems we hit a home run with just about everyone because just about everything was mentioned. So everyone liked everything. Let's just leave it at that. The responses to the question of what overall impression inside of tap water delivery did you leave with? And I will not repeat Director Fick's response. But the best one in general was they were all impressed at many different levels and grateful to Joshua Basin Water District for their outstanding commitment to water delivery. And that's a quote. Unless you want to add yours.
Mine's pretty obvious. It's all encompassing.
Okay.
You'll have an opportunity at which he's finished. Put your foot in it if you need to.
There is an area on the questionnaire regarding unanswered questions, which were addressed with the respondents directly. I took care of those. And finally, under additional comments, the top comment received, there were nice comments, they were great. But the one that caught me was, it was from an individual I sought out to take the tour because they had routinely complained about our water costs. Someone at the market, which President knows too. Written down was, I will probably pay my higher water bill now that I know where and how my water dollars are spent wisely.
Probably.
I'm telling you, that's a huge success. That comment is a huge success. So moving on, and well, you can ask me questions at the end, so, and I'm almost there. Garden tours, we have quite a few scheduled now that it's spring. Lockington Middle School 8th graders, they're going to be on March 21st and Friday the 22nd. Native Plant Cell Day garden tours, of course, on the 24th. Mill Tree Community Garden Club, I'll be giving a tour on April 7th. And the Marine Corps Air Ground Combat Center homeschoolers have set the date for May 16th. Now, I also attended the Ronald Basin Emergency Response Group. They meet twice a year. They comprise just about everyone that's involved in a disaster response up here. And then some. We had Noah that comes in from Arizona for these meetings. And by the way, Noah wanted everyone to know if we have any type of situation, disaster, whatever, and weather knowledge would help us, they will personally work with us during a disaster. Like say fire, they would definitely need that. But should we have something, they will work with us. And they will give us personalized weather updates, what to anticipate. And I think that's pretty cool. And I did forward from this meeting, the new contact list for emergency management purposes, which this is great. It takes a lot of time to do that ourselves, and they provided it at this meeting. The county has finally finally hired the new director for our County of Office of Emergency Services. Her name is Crisanta Gonzalez. We've been flying without a pilot more than a year, way more than a year.
Mm.
And it was evident. So this is a good thing, and she seems highly credentialed. So I've got high hopes, and we should be hearing from her maybe in August at this meeting. And many members of the agency reported working on updating their hazard mitigation plan and grumbling about it. So I just want to let us all know we're in good company. Everyone feels the same way about it.
Mm.
And then last is the Help Yourself, Help Your Neighbor community event has actually been scheduled. I was told it was gonna be pushed to next fall, but they set it up for May 20th, Saturday, 9 a.m. at 1 p.m. I have yet to commit to it. It's gonna be in the Walmart parking lot. I intend to participate. If I can make it happen, it'll happen. But that's my report. Do you have any questions?
Director Fick.
Well, I had an email communication with Kathleen Radnich regarding leaks, and my concerns are leaks. My personal property does have a leak somewhere, so I'm gonna have to chase that down. But that was my curiosity on
I'll
that.
talk with you about, there's some tricks.
Yeah, okay, well, I like learning tricks. Okay, and then that's about it. Not to put mystery to my comment, but it was all too encompassing to talk about tap water on my end, so I just said it's wet, that's all.
It's overall impression.
Oh, okay.
It's wet and then.
Oh.
Any other questions for the board?
Director Charlesburg.
I missed the training for the plant sale and, not on purpose, but what time did you want volunteers that are planning to be there?
After the meeting.
Okay, all right.
Because you are helpful and somewhat trained in one area, and I'd like you to do the same thing. So
Okay.
we'll talk.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else?
Director Short.
No.
Just to roll back to the plant sale. It was for us, it was because we didn't have any banners up. It was really hard to tell even what we were there for because of that, but we did have something like a half a dozen people come up and ask about the plant sale because they heard about it. And
They know we're there.
Kathleen had some flyers ready for that. And-
Under rocks, lots of rocks.
Well, except near the end, they blew away.
Oh,
Yeah, But-
Fun.
we got most of them out there. Well, thank
You
you.
good? Thank you.
Yes,
I did.
thank you.
I remembered one thing. You might want to include in your note or even in the newsletter about MBCA's Desert Wise Land Use Conservation Tours.
I do. Every year without fail, they go in, but they have to send me the information.
Okay,
And it's in April
April 22nd.
22nd and 7th, right? I thought it was.
I think it was 22nd.
21st. I thought it was Sunday the 21st.
Well, it's very near April 20th. I'll have to.
No, I'm almost positive because I had to decline because I'm out of town. So I have put that and I promote it. And then when they get the videos done, I put those links in the newsletter as well. So we are 100% behind you on that.
Thank you.
That reminds me another question. I think the newsletter is so excellent, so full of wonderful information that I forward it to people that I know are do landscaping as handyman and things like that outside of our district. And I just was curious, who are you sending the newsletter? Anybody outside of our district?
I do send it to all the water district contacts that I have, I mean, not their whole staff. I have one person in each water district. And then to Mojave Water Agency. And then I have a few people who personally want it, who are not in our area, but they come up here.
Yeah,
And then in our constant contact list, we have customers And we have general interests, so there's a broad spectrum of people in the general interest list that get
Okay.
into.
Could they, if there's other people that are interested, should they email you?
No, they need to go
How?
on our website and
Yeah.
sign up for it.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, that's good to
Well,
know
it's-
too.
I mean, it wasn't always that easy.
Yeah, no, I know. No, I didn't. I haven't had a chance to look at the website
Okay.
in detail.
Made it
Yeah.
easy, so other people can. get-
Excellent.
All right,
Okay,
yeah, okay,
thank you.
thank you.
It's hard to see him, but he's behind a bunch of people over there, but David Carrillo is here. He's our CAC, our Citizens Advisory Council Chair. Do you have any comments about anything that we've done up to this date since I overlooked you a little bit?
There's just a lot of exciting things to do. Looking forward to.
That's inspirational. Thank you.
Mr. President,
Director Jarlsberg.
bringing up the CAC, just a little, side thing. I worked the, polling place yesterday and the supervisor was a good guy and, he's interested in the water district and I suggested, he's interested in the board, but I suggested that he, follow up with the CAC. And I wondered if, how many vacancies you have, or are there? Okay,
Lisa, how many do we have? We have four. Four.
oh, okay, good. I didn't want to.
You can also go on the website and apply for the CAC.
Yes, yeah, I told him to go to the website, but also try to attend meetings, so hopefully he's gonna show up, he's cool. Thank you.
Item 9, reports and comments. For information purposes only on subjects not covered by the agenda. No action will be taken. The board may provide staff with requests for future agenda items, however. So first up is our vice president who's absent, Director Fick. Do you have any reports or comments?
Those directors' comments?
Yeah.
Okay.
Manager comment?
No, that's next.
I'm not.
Give me a chance to forget that. I circled it. though.
Okay.
Checking up here. Okay. Well, I did go on the February 29th tour and I tried to ask the basic questions that the group might want to hear about. And I participated quite a bit in that situation. And I've been to new places that I haven't been on Joshua's and Water facilities. So it's highly instructional. I want to visit some of them again, especially the maintenance building. So, yeah, it was highly informative. I was happy to be on.
Director Jarlsberg,
I don't think I did anything to report.
say again.
I don't think I did anything to report.
You got well, that's good enough.
I'm hoping, yeah.
Director Short,
I also attended the district tours. I really enjoyed it. It's very, very informative. Learn a lot. And anybody watching this in the future, it's a good way to learn what we do with their money if they have any concerns about it. So I encourage anybody in the public to go when they have the opportunities. That's all.
thank you very much. I heard on the radio station that a friend of mine was applying for a director's job at Bighorn Desert View Water Agency, a director's position that had opened up. And so I went up there just to, he was, some of the radio, he was the only candidate, but I thought I'd go up there anyway, just to listen to how it went. Before it started, it was interesting. He leaned back and he told me that he was just sort of prepping himself on current stuff by reading our newsletter, which surprised me, but I had an interesting time there, and I can tell you too that they were very welcoming with my presence, and even after I spoke, they were very warm and friendly there. And also the other night we had this event at the Pelican Club, which used to be somewhere near the ocean. That's why they have such an odd name as that. And for me, it was probably the best one. I've been to a few of them. And it's hard there because the room is acoustically a disaster and you have to yell and you have to ask other people to yell when they're talking to you. It's really loud. However, it was about the best one I've ever been to. And in particular, a lot of water people sort of gravitated together. I guess the Mayor Lombardo, sorry. We spent a lot of time with the mayor of Yucca Valley, and he sat right next to me during the meal, and a very wise man. And I actually am probably going to steal some of the stuff that he said. He was so knowledgeable. He's been a dentist up here for decades.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, see, when you
Right,
Robert, I think's his first name. I didn't bring my notes.
right.
But anyway, those are the two things I did. I was scheduled to go to the Copper Mountain Mesa breakfast where I try and introduce people up there to what our water situations are and such. I wear my ID badge right here, so they see me and then they see the badge, and it opens up an opportunity for conversation because we can't do we can't overdo it when we want to talk to our constituents.
Right.
It's extremely important because I don't know if it's a compliment for us or a negative thing for them, but they just take water for, a lot of people take water for granted, except when they're paying their bill, obviously, but it gives us a chance when we talk to them to actually get some sort of an understanding for them or present an understanding for them if they want to accept it or not about the complexities of the water thing and the compliance issues that we have and stuff like that. I had I wish I could have gone there for that, but I didn't want to, as I'm driving back from that, see Kathleen go by in the wind, Mary Poppins or somebody. Okay, part two is general manager's report. If you please.
Okay. So as I already reported, the hazard mitigation has been submitted as of today to Cal OES. They have a 45-day of review. They'll get back should anything else need to be changed. And if they adopt it, then it goes to FEMA for next review. I will keep you updated as we learn more about that process. Next Tuesday, March 12th is our LEWA event. We think, to our knowledge, this will be our final one. They did come up with some extra funds and they love coming here to do the event. So we're hopeful that we have some other folks that come and take advantage of it because those funds are going to be running out. So next Tuesday, March 12th.
Did you say what that is?
LEWAP Low Income Household Assistance Program.
And how come we're participating in that?
We have been participating in that since last year. Funding became available from the state to the county to help folks that meet their criteria to get assistance on their water bill. It's been very successful. To date, we're at about $97,000 of bills have been paid on our customers' behalf. So it's a good program, but it is phasing out because the money is running out. That's our understanding. They said this before and then they found more money and they came back. So we invited them back. Staff is working diligently right now in preparation for upcoming budgets. So keep that in mind. Budget workshops will be in May. May will be a busy month for budget season. We're going to do this a little differently this year where we're going to have a operations workshop, and then we're going to have a WRO capital presentation, and we're going to have a capital workshop, and then bring the whole thing back in June. So it'll be budgeted out by the time June gets here. Let's see next. Our IT contract with Southwest Networks is due to expire. So next board meeting, we're going to bring you a renewal contract and a presentation at that meeting. So that's upcoming. We are, as you know, we have a new website and we're using the platform called Streamline. One of the reasons we went with Streamline is to reduce costs. And one way to do that is to eliminate our constant contact program, which is about $1,200 a year, and use Streamline's platform. We're about ready to do that. Tomorrow will be the first time that you will get your agendas for next week's committee meetings and CAC meetings through the Streamline platform. We're able to migrate over all of the email addresses. The formatting will look a little bit different, but it'll be relatively the same content. So just keep that in mind. If you need to sign up to be on any of those lists, go to our website, bottom right-hand corner. There's a little button that you click on and it says add to the mailing list, and you put your email address in there. We'll be phasing that into the newsletter as well within the next couple of months. So the newsletter will be spiffed up a little bit, same great content that it's always had, but it's gonna get a little bit of a facelift and be coming through that streamlined platform as well. That's probably set to be, I'd say, late spring, early summer. It takes a little bit more effort to get that going and some training there. Next, I want to talk specifically about meetings attended, as one of the directors always asks about which meetings I've been to. So in the last 2 weeks, district tours, which took up a lot of time on the 22nd and 29th. We did have a lot of staff on those tours. Most of them were new. It's a great opportunity for new folks to learn about the
good.
district as well. So it's the best way to see it, especially if you're in the office, to get out there and get your hands dirty a little bit. Jeremiah did a killer job on the tours. He really shined, and I thank him because I know it's not his favorite thing to do is speak in public, but he did a great job. And we're very happy that he did it. On the 28th, I attended the CWSA monthly meeting. That's the Community Water Systems Alliance that the district is a part of. They're the ones that I did the Chrome 6 trip with in Sacramento in January. They are getting ready to arrange another trip at the end of April. They'd like me to attend and possibly one board member. So I don't have a date yet, but if there's interest, please let me know. And they will give us the opportunity to speak directly with legislators about Chromium 6. Also going to Sacramento again in May with and I'm going with Director Jarlsberg for CSDA's legislative days, all these acronyms. On the 28th, I also attended what's called the Morongo Basin Coffee Group. It's hosted by Don Rao. It's at the county office. I attend pretty much every month that my schedule allows. It's an informal meeting that I get to meet with other community stakeholders, the fire department, sheriff, deputies, Joshua Tree National Park Superintendent, the Marine Base Liaison, and all these folks. It's really important to have these contacts because people come and go. And we need contacts with, for instance, the fire department because we have, their equipment, their fire hydrants. So it's good. It's a good place to learn about current events in the basin, but also make those connections that are important to our district. On the 28th, I attended, also Director Jarlsberg did as well, the Joshua Tree Open House that was also hosted by Don Rao.
Yes,
and
that's right.
Shannon Dykus, the San Bernardino County Sheriff. They both made presentations about some of the increased crime that's in the area and also the ability to have more deputies on patrol up here. So that was interesting. And then, of course, President Flowen and I were both at Pelicans Club on the 4th. And that's also an informal meeting, but it offers a lot of networking opportunities. And I got to speak with folks from other water districts, other board members from other water districts, all the way to a couple of our customers that had an issue, and we were able to resolve one of those issues while we're at the meeting. So it's a good opportunity. I think I also enjoyed it the best one that I've been to. We were there till 9 o'clock. So it was a lot of talking, a lot of networking. Other than that, that's the end of my report. I'm happy to take any questions. And hopefully you can hear me better.
Oh, yeah. Is this new?
This is new.
Can you explain a little bit?
It's a new mic. These ones here, it's hard, it gets in the way. You have to get right into it.
Right.
So there's just a little mic.
It
that
works
clicks on
well,
and
except for the feedback.
You can hear. We'll work on that.
Yeah, but it works
Hopefully
really nice.
New and improved. We're trying to take comments and do the best that we can with incorporating them.
Any questions, David?
No, I've heard about the Pelican Club for 30 years, and it was semi-secret half the time. And sometimes they'd only say, "Oh, you can't bring your spouse because we want to have people interact with each other," and all kinds of things.
Oh.
It is a limited invitation venue. I don't even know how I got on the list, to be honest.
Where is it?
No, I just got an email.
Senior Center, Yucca.
Oh.
But if you're interested in the future, I could ask now that I'm.
I'm pretty sure I'm blacklisted.
If you're interested, I can see if I can, get your name.
I've known Dr. Lombardo since 1988, and we've had back and forth before because he was on the Yucca Valley Planning Commission and a town council person. And he's also in the movie. I thought they were protected in a not so good way. It's a long history. Well, he was going on about Joshua Trees, and he was wrong about that part. So.
Yeah, it is a little bit of a political environment. I just like to talk water and stay out of politics.
Well, water is politics.
I agree.
Yeah. Director Jarlsberg?
Yeah, brought up the hazard mitigation plan again. I was wondering if the work that you had to put into it to make it presentable, let's say, did we get a cut in the
The
charges?
question is on my list. but
Okay,
not at this point.
okay. Let's see, I thought I had another thing. Can't think of it now.
But I will take, Vice President Doolittle had a good comment at a previous meeting that in the contracts for these types of items that we get delivered a final proofread, copy edited version. I will make sure is in every contract going forward that has these types of reports because I don't want to go through that again either.
Oh,
That's a big thing, hard to read.
I just remembered something else, and it's topical because it's March 6th. But Dr. Lombardo invited me to talk to his Rotary Club in 1997, March 6th, 1997. And I was, back then, I was president of Desert Environmental Response Team. And I had a half-hour notice because our vice president bailed on me and had me go in. I talked to them for about 20 minutes, dirt as being the undoer of done deals. The next day, March 7th, 1997, the county planning department was raided by the FBI and the sheriff's department, and same with Waste Management Incorporated in Irvine, California. They were also raided. There's a lot more after that, but I'll just let you know that it was exactly many, many years ago. Politics.
Yeah,
one of the other things
go ahead.
included in our agenda here was the amendment to the general manager employment agreement.
We talk about that now?
Well,
Do
we
we?
passed director's reports and we went to GM report. Now we're kind of back to director's reports. Is that okay, Jeff?
Yeah, I have no problem with the discussion. It's already been approved, but yeah, that certainly it can be a board comment and then you can reopen if that's appropriate.
Fire away.
Well, I wasn't here, so the only question I have is it says enter into the blank day of March. I just wonder what day that was
It'll be today.
today.
Yes,
Okay, so we can put 6 in there.
correct.
Okay,
Absolutely. That was an easy one.
that was it. Otherwise, I'm fine with it.
Thank you.
Director Short?
I got no comments.
Me neither. So, item 10, is there a motion to adjourn this meeting?
I'll make the motion.
Second,
I'll second.
thank you very much. Meeting is adjourned. Future director meetings are noted on the bottom of the agenda. About that.
It might still be daylight outside. That was quick.
No.
Next part of the world.
Yeah, all right, where are you?
Next week, so when the time changes.
I don't have a window. Despite my fake background behind me.
So are we making a,
Good night, Jeff.
Have a good night.
There is
Bye.
all sorts of
are we